The following show may shock, disturb, and offend some viewers. The opinions, theories, and facts shared on this podcast are not widely accepted by the brainwashed masses, especially those who find dark humor offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jeffrey Dahmer soaked in blood. The Unabomber blowing up. Waco, Texas, and Heaven's Gates. Aliens modified, meant for apes. JFK shot in the head by the CIA. Bigfoot and the Mothman. Son of Sam talking to dogs again. Witches, ghosts, and goblins. Mysterious noise and hauntings. Dark arts and the skull and bones. Most celebrities are probably cloned. So if you're feeling all alone, crack a beer and get stoned. I welcome you to the podcast Strange Brew. We're here to entertain you. We're here to entertain you.
It's about to get strange.
Disco Radio Action.
Welcome back, boys and ghouls, and all my monstrous friends. You're tuning in to Cryptid Radio, and we've had a special request for our Midnight Banger.
You got Bigfoot walking through the woods in the Patterson footage. Black-eyed kids hooded, looking for their next victim. Car crash, then they're missing. Couldn't be them, then they're only kids. Mothman unfolds his wings at the Loveland. Frogman strolls in with a startling ribbon. Walking to the party of cryptids. Move your body to the rhythm. As Spring Heel Jack is grabbing the ass of an alien big cat. Leaping over the DJ, scratching tracks with the giant bats. Sasquatch playing the sax. Looking for the hairy feminist with the fat ass. The scariest venomous lab rats will always have the last laugh. As the jackalope ran fast past the dingbats and the cactus cat. Then a tall man in the black hat, smoking crack in the back. Oh wait, who's that? Locking lips with the Loch Ness. Oh, the pogo trying to get a photo with the Chupacabra flying through the doorway. Baba Yaga with the rockin' chicken-legged home, talking to the lizard man on the phone, trying to get a bone for the Michigan dog man. As he groans and growls and foams at the mouth, as the Yeti's covered in snow, stoned on the couch with a moan and a howl. The werewolves are thrown out of the house as the skunk ape gets punched in the face. The Dover demon is running late, covering semen from being fucked in the face. As Wendigo's getting low to the bumping bass, while the devil monkeys are getting hungry, go for a bite at the pizza parlor. Oh shit! It's the Fresno Night Crawlers. They're walking in. I'll suck your dick for $1. Calm down, goblins. Go home to Hopkinsville. Oh God, what's that rotten smell? As the goat man rolls in with the Jersey Devil, smoking most potent lettuce from the devil himself. The unicorn's getting bored, touching himself. A full-on orgy breaks out. You hear sirens coming from the south. Everyone is panicking, running around the house. Party's over! Get the fuck out! FBI, open up!
Well, that's a lot different than your regular songs. I got a couple questions. What the fuck is a jackalope?
A jackalope it's a bunny with like antlers. They don't know if it's actually real.
Insane.
Yeah, they don't know if it's actually real. It might be people that just taxidermied it back in the day.
Also, sucking a dick for $1 is a damn good deal. I'd probably
is it? From a goblin?
Anyways, what do you get when you cross human and goat DNA though?
What?
You get kicked out of the petting zoo. I'm not allowed there anymore. They kicked me out.
Wow, Billy. Wow. Just wow.
You liked it. Stupid. You suck.
So welcome everybody back to the show. I'm very excited about this. We're kind of doing a throwback. Me and Juan talked about the Chupacabra at the beginning of the show, but there's things that we're going to be like, that's now going to be put on Patreon and stuff like that. Like there's some Strange Wands episodes that have stayed with the show, and we just kind of didn't label it Strange Wands anymore. We just kind of blended it into the Strange Brew feed. But there's a lot of shows that we reverted over to the Patreon, a lot of shows that we've done. So I wanted to cover the Chupacabra again, do it justice, because it's a very famous cryptid. It's like almost, I feel like it goes like maybe like Bigfoot, Mothman, Jersey Devil. Actually, Loch Ness is up there too, right?
No,
and yeah,
100%.
like the Nessie. Give me 50. Got 350.
You got 350. The goddamn Loch Ness monster.
Yeah, that Loch Ness monster comes in. She's like, you got 350. And it's like, see, that's so funny. That for as weird as it is, that thing has done like that. I posted that on Facebook like years ago, and our Facebook doesn't get a lot of attention. I don't really post on there that often. It's Facebook, right? And then that has gotten so many views, where people are like liking it still to this day after like 3 years ago. So monster, you got about 350.
I love that skit though. That was such a good episode.
So I think it was like maybe Loch Ness, Bigfoot are kind of tied, but Bigfoot's definitely the top guy, right? And then like Jersey Devil.
I don't know.
Like down the line, you see the Chupacabra is pretty famous.
We should put a poll up. What do you think is more famous, Loch Ness or Bigfoot?
Might be a good idea.
That's a tough coin. I feel like that's a coin flip. I feel like that's a lot closer of a race than you give Nessie credit for.
I know. At some point,
she's been putting up big numbers.
I know, it's true. Well, we'll have to, at some point, I do want to create a Telegram and then have the fans, the hose heads come in, and then we can share fun stuff and videos and controversial things and, stuff like that. It'd be fun times.
Telegram.
Yeah, well, a lot of people do use it, especially for podcast stuff.
Scammers.
So, yeah. Yeah. So let's just get into a clip of talking about the Chupacabra on a news channel. Let's bring it in.
All right, y'all, thank you. This is, I think, the most exciting story of the morning. DeWitt County sheriffs, down kind of between San Antonio and Victoria, may have found the mythical, legendary, and elusive Chupacabra. I kid you not. Look at the video. This is from the sheriff's cruiser. Last Friday, hours before sunset, the two deputies were checking fence lines near Cuero when they stumbled across that alleged creature of the night. Kills goats and chickens, sucks the blood out of them. Now, one of the deputies, there it is again, called it hairless with a long snout, short front legs, and long back legs. He said it's about the size of a coyote, but when he froze the video and saw its profile, he knew he was not dealing with a coyote at all. The county sheriff says he is willing to work with credible researchers who want to look at the video and help solve the mystery of the Chupacabra. Now, again, if you don't know what this animal is supposed to do, apparently it has two fangs, and that animal had fangs, and a couple others killed in the area that look like that animal also have those two front fangs. And in the area, goats and chickens have died, and their death was the two fang marks in the neck and the blood sucked completely out. Now, again, the sheriff is willing to work with anyone to determine, is that really a Chupacabra or what is it? But again, he looked at it and said that was no coyote. Interesting.
That guy looked like he could suck a golf ball out of a fucking garden hose.
I like that little end. That was no coyote.
Yeah, typical. So the Chupacabra is pretty famous. He's made his rounds, so most people who have, interested in the field of cryptozoology and ufology will know of the Chupacabra. The Chupacabra, How would you pronounce it, Billy? You're Mexican.
Not really. I'm a fake Mexican is what I am.
You are. You finally admitted it.
But it's the Chupacabra.
Yeah, it's more Puerto Rican, but same shit. The spiky-headed, dangerous creature that roams around Puerto Rico's El Yuqui. I'm not going to pronounce this right. It's a rainforest and elsewhere on the island. And that allegedly drains the blood of farm animals, such as chicken, goats, and pigs. I should stress, though, I have never came across a solid case that demonstrates to 100% certainty that the creature are modern-day vampires. I know the cases of the creature supposed to be lapping the blood of dead animals, while at the same time also eating the organs of the animals, but they're very different to feeding into the, the definition of a vampire, you know. So there's another angle all to this that needs to be put to bed, so to speak, namely that there are numerous reports of blood-sucking creatures all around the world. Something that has led to the belief that multiple chupacabras are now prowling around, not just in Puerto Rico, but in numerous places too.
They bred.
Could be possible. He's a weird looking creature, that's for sure.
You think he'd probably just fuck anything, though, no? Like, it'd just be a bunch of mutated fucking half, whatever that is. Half hairless cat, half rat.
See, there's different interpretations and of what he is, what animal it is, right?
Looks like a lemur as the tail. It's got a dog face, rat teeth, a lemur, like, back end tail.
And that one's like the retarded version of the chupacabra.
It's got Tom's hair.
My hair doesn't look like that.
I don't know what else.
And then there's people that think it looks like this. That's got like spikes on its back and wing.
He's half dragon now and a leopard. We're just mixing animals at this point.
I know. Look at this guy. He looks like some sort of gremlin creature.
Yeah, this one's the least likely, I think. I want to put this one on the bottom of the list.
I want to read some of the descriptions of what this thing is.
Skin usually described as gray in color, even though the picture is freaking green. The chupacabra may have why do you always give me things that I can't see on my screen?
Scaly reptilian skin, you blind fuck.
Scaly reptilian skin or mangy pushy fur?
Yes.
Patchy. It has spines down its back. Mangy fur reports referred to strayed or diseased dogs. Large flaps of skin are sometimes reported at the back of the head, like large flaps. They can... Fuck's sakes, dude. You give me the shittiest... I can't see the screen.
The eyes have large and mean. They are usually reported as being black or bright red. The nose does not protrude. Round nostrils are set on the sides of the snout. Mouth is a slit, which does not cover the sharp teeth.
Oh, I saw that. Mouth has a thin slit.
Yes. Hands can be reported either 5 or 4 fingers.
And the tongue usually reported as one-pronged.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Like a one-pronged tongue.
Some tracks are reported as 3-toed. Some resemble a smaller human hand-like kind of thing. So, who knows? This lesbian-looking bitch is like super in love with the chupacabra. Is this a lesbian or is this a homosexual man? I cannot tell the difference.
Why are her hands so large?
Oh, that's
her hands look
photoshopped. That's gotta be.
No, but her hands look photoshopped though.
There is the same woman. I'm gonna put in quotations.
Well, that looks like a regular hand now.
Now her hand, that
one looks photoshopped. It looks like someone like stretched the fingers out.
That's a big old man hand.
Why are you wearing glasses with no top frames?
Look at the pop collar. He, him, she, her thinks, or they, them. Thinks they're baller, you know?
They are. They probably can break dance too. They probably got a piece of cardboard in their trunk just in case.
So we're showing the image of this Ellen DeGeneres looking man or woman or whatever it is. And it's this person, this is someone who's like is obsessed with the chupacabra, and they have like a replica in their home, and it looks like they like to hunt. They got deer heads everywhere. You know, they're going full blown, and they have like a.
So what is that? Is that that's a replica?
No, I think
Why did you make that?
She thinks it's real. He, she, they, them thinks it's real.
Oh, this is like something that just looks like a dog that died.
I know. This one looks freaky though. Imagine stumbling upon this thing where you're like, what the?
Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking chilling there. He's he's muscly like a kangaroo. He's got kangaroo muscles on him, but he's a dog. That's terrifying.
Think about like a coyote chasing after you, right? It'd be pretty freaky to have this thing running after you. You know what I mean? This guy claims he caught one.
5 minutes before 6, a woman in Texas says she's found the legendary Chupacabra and has the evidence to prove it. Jackie Stock says her husband caught the mysterious creature Sunday night. There he is. He has a hairless back, large claws and teeth that some say fit the image of the Chupacabra. Biologist Brent Ortego is not convinced. He believes the animal is nothing more than a small dog with mange. Legendary or not, the little guy will be staying with the stocks until someone can find out what he is.
Weird, eh?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Play the first 3 seconds of that video again, then stop it.
5 minutes before 6, a woman in Texas says she's found the legendary Chupacabra and has the evidence to prove
That thing? I thought that was you for a second.
I thought that was you too. I'm like, no way.
It's so weird.
That's
but like,
too funny.
That's probably a dog with mange, but like I've never seen a dog with mange, so it looks pretty freaky looking to begin with. You know what I mean? So if you're out in the desert by yourself or whatever, just out for a walk, even because they're supposed to exist everywhere, even if it was just a dog with mange, I feel like I'd be like, what the fuck is that thing? You know,
so weird looking dog, yeah.
100%. So
that's
the
no
legend,
breed I know of.
Yeah, the legend of the Chupacabra began in Puerto Rico around 1975 in a small town of Maca, when 15 farm animals and pets were found dead, completely drained of the blood. The incident became known as the Vampire de Moca. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Moca. I don't know. Mocha, the Vampire de Moca.
I'd probably go with Mocha.
Sounds like a fucking coffee, you know, the coffee you drink at Starbucks around Halloween.
Yeah, probably.
Would you like that in a grande? The Vampire de Moca?
That's probably going to be a drink. I could see that.
It should. You know how like they all have those it seems like every town that has a cryptid, even one that's not even that well known, they try to sell it and market it. You know what I mean? Because even like the Boggy Creek Monster, they were like selling stuff and you know, merch. They're like, get your Boggy Creek Monster merch now, or your Chupacabra merch, right? Someone's definitely doing this.
Got to make a buck for sure.
Capitalism, man.
Respect the hustle.
Initially, it was suspected that the killings were committed by a satanic cult. Oh no, not a satanic cult!
You couldn't find your button, could you? That was really fun to watch. I really enjoyed that. He's looking for the he can't find it.
But like they always
he just gives up.
Satanic cult. Later, more killings were reported around the island, and many farmers reported lost animal life. And you see this a lot with like eventually we will be getting into like cattle mutilation. I have it ready to go. It's an interesting topic of like why are these animals having their blood sucked from them or their organs removed in this weird way. So each of these animals reported to have their body bled dry through a series of small circular incisions, like a vampire, in the neck, and then like no blood, you know.
And you just get like a shop vac and fucking.
It's like just
probably, That's probably how they do it. I can imagine something like that. Anyway,
is that the aliens do? It's a very powerful shop vac, and they stick it in the ass of the animal, and it sucks out everything.
Oh, everything else, yes. That's a very powerful vacuum.
And then you're just kind of like left like skin, like it just kind of like flops down. So messed up. Yeah, so and then like a few months later, a cow was found dead in Moca's Barrio Cruz with weird sucking holes, in quotations, sucking holes. On the skull and on scratches on its body. The death count was now nearly over 30 animals. Pretty strange, man. Pretty strange.
That one's my favorite. I like that one.
This guy.
That's just a fucking dog taking him. Leave him alone.
So there's like different theories. One of the first theories about the vampire of Moca was it was said to be some sort of type of strange supernatural bird. The hypothesis stems from the reports of a local woman who reported seeing a strange bird pecking at her rooftop and issuing a terrifying screech. Can you give me a screech? There you go.
Like that?
I figured you had one in you. Then a man named Luis Torres and his kids came forward and said they'd seen an unknown object that looked like lights on a police cruiser flying around the outskirts of Mocha.
It was just a cop.
It was just a cop. Since the UFO sighting occurred over fields in which animals had been found dead, theory shifted to the idea that the unknown creature was alien and, was an alien descended from the sky. It's interesting, right? Because maybe they sent him down here. Maybe they developed this animal, and then I don't know, because who knows what kind of technology you have. They send him down here. He sucks up the blood of certain animals, and they bring him back on board. And then he's got a little hole, on an air mattress, and then you just kind of pop it out, and then it just drains all the blood.
I just hate how every picture's so different. There's no similarities in any of them at all.
This is what AI so this is what AI did when I put up the Chupacabra. Didn't even spell it right. Can you pronounce what that says?
Chupacabra.
So that's what the AI brought up. Some sort of werewolf-looking short creature, right? So this is actually different.
What it was, but you all keep calling it a chupacabra. But this is what it was supposed to be.
This is what I think it would look like. Is some kind of feral animal. You know what I mean?
Oh, you just brought that up. Not this. This wouldn't have been good enough for a fun fact. But you know what's crazy? Do you see with the new AI, the ChatGPT thing?
No.
Did you look into that? So they have ChatGPT 4 is what we currently use. It runs. Forgive my numbers; they might be slightly off, but the whole idea is there. ChatGPT 4 runs at around roughly a million CPUs or something along those lines, meaning how much processing power it has to really do it. ChatGPT 5, which is available to ready to be published to the public, and it doesn't have a million; it has 100 billion. I'm this is about to get terrifying.
Well, okay, the technology they're releasing to us, they've had for a long time. I believe this, and for everybody listening, I think everyone should hear this. I looked on London Real. It's a podcast, a pretty good podcast that's trying to expose all this stuff. They have David Icke. I don't like all their guests. I think they kind of shill towards certain areas, Israel, but. The thing is, it's interesting that they have had David Icke on a bunch of times for these series and stuff like that, right? And I listened to one that was just a couple months ago. It's called The Reveal. So everyone should go out there, check out London Real, and then check out David Icke's episodes, especially the newest one.
Okay.
David Icke's a good dude, man, and he's trying to spread awareness. And I truly believe that he is a good person that is not a controlled opposition, is really trying to expose this stuff, and that's why they've tried to ban him for all these countries. But he's talking about the use of AI and where all this stuff is going, from the transgender stuff to Elon Musk, and how this is all being pushed and controlled by one globalist cult that's controlling all these people. The alternative media is now just right-wing media, right? A lot of these people like Tim Pool and Tucker Carlson and all this stuff, now they're Trump this, Trump that. He's not he talks a lot about you're all looking for a savior. So 70 million people voted for Trump last time or whatever, right? This is just before the election, I think. So he's the 70 million people collectively put their trust into Trump to save them. But if those 70 million people actually rose up and did something collectively, it would change the world. It would change America, right? But everyone wants to just put their faith into somebody. And that's why I've always liked David Icke. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't play these divide, he's religion is there to divide us, politics is there to divide us, everything is there to divide and conquer us. And even he talks about the immigration stuff, which I always bring up because I think it's one of the worst detrimental problems that we're having in the Western world, is we're literally being flooded all across the Western world like it's some sort of globalist plot. And he talks about how they're going to use these people also to enforce division, right? So I do think people should listen to it, and you should really wake up, because if you don't fight today, your children will be fighting tomorrow. And I truly believe that stuff. But I'm trying to really step back a bit for episodes and really just focus on the topic, because we'll have episodes about that stuff. You know what I mean?
As he just went on a tangent.
I know, but I just wanted to kind of bring it up. We're talking about AI and the developments that are going on, right?
Well, that difference is terrifying, because really, what that means is look, I consider myself fairly fucking observant, where you see an AI video and you're wow, that looks real, but no, it can't be. Yeah, and those are the videos you see now. Now it's gonna be you have no fucking idea. That could
Yeah, the
happened
deep
yesterday,
fakes
that
and
could be
stuff.
totally fake. Like that difference though, and now it's not only the deep fakes for people that like knew really how to do it. Now it's just like general public. You
So
got those
imagine what they've
fucking
had though.
retards
I know.
to like are now able to use this technology. Like they shouldn't be allowed.
So then imagine what they do have and what they have used. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like they're only releasing stuff that they want to keep us distracted or maybe interested by this stuff. Definitely distractions. But like imagine what they have and what they've used already on news channels where they're like they've AI'd in Kamala Harris's crowd. Stuff like that has been used and they've proven that that's true, right? So everyone needs to like literally my whole statement all the time is question everything, right? Even me and Shane, we did recently from Inquires of Reality. It will be out the time this one's out. We did an episode about simulation theory, but because like it just me and him never seem to stay on topic, much like all of the episodes. And we went into like multiculturalism and like political theater and like the mass immigration stuff. And it's like it's crazy because there's stuff like we could already be in a virtual reality for all we know.
I didn't mean to take you this far off. It was just one point I had.
It's fine, but for all the fans out there, I'm gonna try to because I do have episodes about the stuff that I think is important to talk about that we will at some point. So I'm gonna.
My fridge is right beside me. That's so
really nice. I have that gin and tonic. It's pretty nice. What do you have in Canadian? Molson Canadian. So yeah, he sees this weird lights. People think it may be aliens. A few months later, a man named Korzel encountered a round-headed, hairy-tailed, and large-eyed creature that growls like a small dog. Reports of the UFO spread across the island for several months. During this period, often accompanied by discoveries of dead animals with their blood like drained out of their body. It is a weird thing because, like, if you experience that and you were like, see, there's all the depictions are so different, man. It is weird.
That's what I mean. I'm like, I hate it because like there's no similarities at all.
No, and this is why
they're just a straight up fucking reptilian.
I know.
That one's a fucking hedgehog. Like
I know. People have claimed there's different. That's why I'm like, maybe it's not the same creature. Maybe it's different creatures, right? And that's why, like, the aliens could have put here, or they could be interdimensional creatures. Or
the thing that's annoying is there's no two that are even kind of the same. It's just all like it.
Well, people have claimed scaly skin, spikes on the back. So then people are trying to, and then this lesbian,
and then whatever that one is, yeah,
just thinks it's like a dog, like a kind of feral looking dog, because that's what that looks like to me.
Yeah. That makes the most sense to me.
Those hands are scarier than the Chupacabra.
It's so long. Like those are man hands, man.
It has to be.
Look how high up that watch is. Like, is that on his wrist or his forearm?
I know. His, her, they. Fuck. It's so weird.
That's a fucking Z-Earth if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, if everyone's like, if it's why it is just like a picture of like it looks like a man that's dressed up like Ellen DeGeneres, kind of. That's a big thing in that, you know.
With a lot of Botox.
Yeah, a lot of.
Look how like stretched that face is.
My aunt that's Jamaican or whatever, right? She's very Christian. She used to watch Maury, and this is before the tranny stuff was a big thing. We are off topic a little bit, but like she would, and this is like years ago. I was like a teenager. I remember her watching it. Like she had a little TV by her kitchen when I come down and see them in Oshawa, and she'd be like, "I can always tell by the eyes." I can always tell by the eyes, you know, and she'd be like, and they would like, they would be like, have you guess, like, is this a man or a woman on Maury? So it was just funny. And once you start looking at stuff, I was like, I don't know, the eyes do tell a lot, right?
Yeah, that one looks like a man.
A man's eyes, right? So it's so funny sitting. I'm watching my stories, just watching. So and then like, there's obviously all these reports of UFOs, and then these dead animals being drained. And then you have a few days later, the same guy who claimed to have seen the UFO, Luis Torres, killed a 6-foot-long Puerto Rican boaz. It's a snake. Torres claimed the snakes as they stood ready to attack a 6-pound heifer.
A big old heifer.
I don't know what the hell he's talking. He's like, oh, that They came and they thought, these snakes, they were ready to attack this big old heifer, or what like a cow, I'm guessing, because we call it a cow.
Heifer's a cow, right?
A few weeks later, yeah.
Right?
Or a
Yeah.
liberal woman, just kidding. For a few weeks, the media claimed that the two snakes were the culprits of the animal killings in the area. And the vampire problem was declared over. It's fine. We found the snakes. Kind of makes sense, right? Because I don't know what type of snakes are out there, especially in like Puerto Rico. Like, I'm glad that like Canada,
probably a lot of scary ones.
Yeah, we have
probably
bears and wolves and coyotes, but
they
like not like Florida, not like Florida, dude, where it's or Puerto Rico or some of these places like Australia where they have like deadly animals everywhere, insects.
Well, that's the difference, though, is that the animals we have like know what their place is, and they kind of stick to themselves. Like, unless you go out looking for them, they'll fuck you up. But like, they're not really like just integrated in your everyday life.
But if we
like
allow
a
them to
fucking
come,
snake just coming by.
I know. Well, that's true. If we allow them to infringe, right now they're taking away more and more guns in Canada. Like the biggest gun seizure ever I've seen.
Actually. Not way more gentle than that point, and I'm gonna get you off that point right quick. Yeah. I'm gonna send you a video, dude. I was out working an area just outside of St. John, New Brunswick here.
Yeah.
The deer are insane. This neighborhood has been feeding these deer for so long that I'm knocking on doors and they're coming with me. They're standing beside me at doors going like, what are we doing? And like, yeah, like you can almost touch them. They get a little sketched when you put your hand out, but they're standing like no more than like me to my camera away.
Is like that,
and they're just like hi.
I think that as Canadians, that's even one thing to bring up, that why we need guns is because like realistically, if we don't keep populations down at some point, the bears will eventually start coming into towns more often in populated areas. And then there's like, it thinks that like a 5-year-old kid is just nothing but snack food. You know what I mean? So that's why part of the reasons why Canadians did have guns in the first place was because of the wilderness, because literally like 95% of our country is just like barren wilderness. That's why it's funny when people show up here and they're like, you have so much land. What are you talking about? Why can't you house more people? And it's like, yeah, have you been past the fucking Northern Strait where it's like this, like literally, or the essentially the barricade where it's just pure winter, man. Go live up there.
You don't want to live up there.
That's where I think we should send all of the immigrants. You all can live in Nunavut and all the Northwest Territories. See how long you survive. Come back, have a little Jeep popsicle. Some bear can suck on.
Yeah. You're not allowed in the good climate place.
No, you just go back to where you came from. So let's get off this topic. But then, so then a few weeks later, they claimed the two snakes were the culprits, maybe. But then on March 18th, 2 goats were found drained blood on the farm of very Puerto Rican kind of Mexican name, Hector Vega. Hector Vega. The Hector. The goats had puncture marks on the necks. The next 7 more goats were found dead. 20 were more injured or missing. It seems like the vampire had returned. So as soon as they thought, like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm like.
That's a ton of fucking farm. My God.
That's why people are weirded out. Why there's such stories about the Chupacabra is because we don't really know. Like, if all these animals are having their blood sucked dry and then people are finding them, that's a bit peculiar.
Are they not eating at all? Like, look how skinny they all are. Like, do they only drink blood?
Maybe.
They all got their ribs showing. Like,
I know. Or is it like some sort of feral animal that just maybe has like, I don't know, maybe like a parasite in their brain. And then they like, for some reason, the parasite's telling them to like suck blood. Parasite, I really like blood, you know?
That seems more plausible, honestly.
I know.
That seems like a very realistic.
Let's see the last video I have. Probably a feral dog, this one, but it's still intriguing.
What else you got? Show me. That's a weird looking dog.
That's
I
a
felt
dog
bad
with,
for it though.
I
It
know.
looks so hungry.
That's a dog with mange, man. That's very sad. Mange looks like it makes them look crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I was gonna say,
No.
maybe I'll try to Google dogs with mange, but it is weird,
Google
right? Like,
humans with mange.
no, I don't want to see that. Is that real?
I don't know either.
No,
I figured Google would have something.
Let's see.
That's funny.
Let's see. So humans with mange. Oh man, no. Oh God. This is not
see.
okay.
I see now.
This is crazy that can happen with here we go. Pretty gross. So it looks like some sort of rash.
Oh, that's not.
Oh no! What was that? Click off of that. Jesus, whatever that thing was.
Good catch. Not
Oh my
bad.
God.
Good catch.
That was fun.
I barely saw that too. I think I only saw the pubes.
Oh my God, that is fucked up. So how about dogs with mange? See, it looks different though. It looks like it just kind of like a row. That's very sad. I don't like looking at these.
Because it's more in their face. Yeah, okay, I'm done with this. Stop sharing your screen.
Isn't that weird though? Like it does look different. Yeah, I'm still looking at the images. It doesn't look like the images in the videos of the Chupacabra at all. It actually looks very different, but maybe it could excel to even worse, where it just takes off all of their fur.
Like a lot of those more or less just look like malnutrition. So like a lot of those dogs, like they could be weaker of the pack, can't fucking fight their way, and nobody's feeding them, and they having a hard time actually getting food for a while. Turns into that.
Very strange. Very strange. So Puerto Rico comedian and entrepreneur Silverado Perez is credited with coining the, I just like to say, and then it sounds like a name, coining the term Chupacabra, which means goat sucker in Spanish, after the march.
A fucking goat sucker.
A Chupacabra literally means goat sucker. Say it in Mexican accent now.
Do you just want me to talk, or
Chupacabra?
I gotta get like in the like taco, burrito, taco, chinka. He's a goat sucker.
Jesus.
You gotta get in like the tone of like, even when you do like Japanese, like you can't just hop into it. You gotta go like, oh, sushi. Oh,
yeah.
Goat sucker.
The goat sucker. So I gonna start
super racist. How the fuck are we allowed to do this?
Oh, there's way worse shows out there than us. I feel like we dance a line very often. So but like I'm gonna start calling people that instead of cocksucker, but you fucking goat sucker.
You fucking goat sucker.
Which literally means goat sucker. That's what Chupacabra means in Spanish, after the March attacks on Hector's farm made the press. Shortly, so a comedian made this joke and called it goat sucker, which is kind of funny that kind of coined its name. Shortly after the first incidents in Puerto Rico, other animal deaths were reported in countries such as the Dominican Republic, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, Peru, Brazil, United States of America, and Mexico. Were these
up till you need to fucking run that back. Up till you said US and Mexico, you were doing a damn good impression of like what that city's accent was. Like I sat back and I was like, "Whoa, he's actually crushing this," and then you fucked it up with the last two. You were like,
United States of America. Man.
I know. If you did that, I would have been very fucking impressed.
Mexico, and you got Mexico, and we have.
I don't think you could redo that. I think you just did that off the cuff. I don't think you could reenact that at all. That was really good.
Do you think they were connected?
I'm fucking, this whole story's fishy, whatever the fuck these things are. No one's got the same anything. Like this is just
That's why. Is it many creatures, right? Is it many?
I think it's a lot of different, just people that never seen a fucking dying animal before. They're like, look, like one's got horns, one's got scales, one's got fucking like fuck off. There was this many sightings of different animals that were all related quotation marks to the same thing. Get bent.
Well, it's the same stories of some sort of kind of dog-looking creature, other than the more of the reptilian ones that we see.
Yeah, that's straight up a fucking reptilian.
Like this is the one that a lot of people see. And that's why
that one looks gay.
Yeah, he kind of looks like, when
he looks like come here. I'm
really. If a garage door opens like this, how does it close?
No, I'm not doing that. Like that.
So after the initial after the initial killings around Mocha, things quieted down in Puerto Rico for many years. But in 1995, a huge outbreak of killings occurred again. It began when 8 sheep were discovered dead, each with 3 puncture wounds in their neck, puncture wounds in their chest area, and completely drained of blood. A few months later, in the town of Canavarosas, sorry, I'm just gonna make.
I think this was Dexter. I think Dexter did this.
They're finding like sheets. It's like plastic sheets everywhere.
He just loved draining blood. He's like, leave no blood. That's all he did.
So in Canavarosas, I don't know, it's like whatever, sure. As many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. That is a lot. You know what I mean? And the thing is, even with some of these images, like of him on his standing up, so there's people that claim that he's normally on 4 legs, but then he's not. But I've heard a lot of reports of a creature that looks like this one, the more reptilian, hairy but scales, but has like a spiky back, but it's on like 4 legs. Like it's just
why was that previous image from How Stuff Works?
Which one?
That one.
How Stuff Works? I don't know.
What the fuck? How did they go? Yeah, How Stuff Works is like huge.
Blood.
No, that's what I mean. That's a huge site. Like, why? What? That's a weird thing to have on there.
Chupacabra really was. Who knows?
2001. How Stuff Works was weird, I guess.
I miss the early 2000s.
They were good times, especially the internet. You're just like, everything's crazy.
Remember E-Bombs World?
E-Bombs World.
Shifty 5. If anyone knows who that is, I love you, because that's like throwing it way back. So Eyewitnesses Madeline Tortellini, I'm just going to call her that, because that's not even her name.
She's Italian now.
Yeah, Tortellini. It's Tortino. Reported seeing a creature which she described as bipedal. You know what that means?
Bisexual or bipolar?
Bipedal.
Bipedal. Oh, that means you walk on 2 legs.
Yes.
Humans are bipedal.
Yeah, bipedal, bipedal, whatever. Pedo, whatever. An animal with dark gray and black eyes. They were damp and protruding, running up to its temples and spreading to its sides like typical alien eyes. It was around 4 feet, more or less. At the time, it was walking like a human on both legs. Its arms were drawn back in an attack position, as though it was a TV monster.
Is this lady a fucking 89 Asian man?
I don't know. I tried. But this is what she described, was this thing. Pretty much. She said that it had 3 long, skinny fingers, and its arms were very long, and its hair was rather short and close to its body rather than well-combed, in fact. Rather well-combed, in fact.
Sometimes I hate literature. Like, things like that. Like, I don't know why that bothers me. Short-haired, but close to its body. Fucking no shit. That's what short hair means.
I want this one to be my friend. The one that's kind of like a ferocious chihuahua.
I bet he's a good boy. I bet he's a good boy. I bet I can make him look. You
know what? This looks like Charlie looks like when I'm on mushrooms. Because honestly, it's very weird.
Scary.
Dude, there was a time, when I was like tripping balls. Like I was like on 3-4 grams of mushrooms. And he was laying in my lap and he was like Like he just wanted attention. But in my eyes, it looked like something was wrong with him. And I was like, what's wrong, man? What's wrong? Even though he was just being playful, it looked fucking frightening. Like no scary joke. And I'm like, for anyone that has done psychedelics and looked at animals, it looks totally different than what you think it looks like in your like sober mind. He looked like this thing. Like I'm fucking dead serious, like some sort of like feral creature. And then I was like, all concerned, like, you
feral
okay?
creature.
Yeah, I know, it kind of is. Well, modern reports of the Chupacabra date to 1975. Similar reports and descriptions of the current this creature date back to centuries to the ancient Mayan civilization, dominated Central America and southern Mexico 1,300 years ago. The Mayan mythology, a creature known as Camazotas or death bat, we've talked about this before, I feel like, was detailed in various tales. These stories describe a creature with bat or lizard-like face, 2 arms, and the ability to turn into a statue during the day. At night, the creature would reanimate and suck the blood from its victims. Even more findings identify the terms like goat sucker in Mayan literature as early as 1400 BCE. Even the Mayans were talking about the goat sucker, bro.
I thought you said the comedian coined it.
But it's something that was around the same idea. Like the same kind of translation. I don't think it was the same word, but something that kind of translated the same. But the Mayans were also on a lot of hallucinogenics and then sacrificing people to ancient gods. They were probably aliens. They were telling them to do so under these altered states of consciousness. And then, you're just like on a table high as shit on mushrooms. And this guy's like, Kali Ma, Kali. And he's like just stabbing your chest,
Good folk. I miss them.
Fun times, man. Let's bring it back, but let's just sacrifice politicians instead. Please the sun gods. One alternative theory holds that the Chupacabra isn't a monster at all, but a tiny,
good boy.
tiny bird looking for a midnight snack. Maybe like a vulture or something. The versions hold that the legend originates in a story told about the European nightjar, a smallish, nocturnal, and insectivorous bird. That's a weird word. Insectivorous bird that inexplicably developed a bad reputation, earning its name goat sucker. So there's been a lot of goat sucker names. I was gonna start using that as a fucking racial slur. Fucking goat sucker. Go back to your country, goat sucker. No less as an historical figure from Aristotle in the history of animals, written around 350 BCE, recorded these birds' strange sucking activities. The goat sucker, as it's called, is a mountain bird larger than a blackbird and less than a cuckoo. Weird. And less than a cuckoo.
Less than a cuckoo. Less than a cuckoo.
It lays 2 or not more than 3 eggs. It is slothful in disposition. It flies against the goats and sucks them. Hence its name, Egotheras, the goat sucker. They say that when the udder has been sucked dry, it gives no more milk, and that the goat becomes blind. This bird is not quick-sighted by day, but seen well at night. So there is stories about this bird that was sucking goats dry, and then the goat becomes blind. Oh, it's literally sucking the milk out of the goat, and then once all the goat milk's gone, like
he's pretty pissed.
I wonder if he sucked like a pregnant chick's tits till their fucking milk's gone. She starts going blind.
Do you have
a
fucking hamster now?
Why? What?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's Chelsea doing her hair. She's blow drying her hair.
Oh, it sounds like a fucking hamster wheel.
Yeah. Turn it off. So in October of 1999, a rash of Chupacabra attacks occurred in Brazil. Their Brazilian newspaper reported 8 goats and 3 sheep dying of single wounds to the neck. Just single this time. One long
touch.
thing. Sounds like a needle or some shit. Like that more sounds like a UFO alien type, like taking the blood.
Or he missed. He went to go like that and he did it sideways one time.
Or he's got his tooth broken. His tooth is broken.
Maybe his tooth broke.
Did you ever watch
chupacabras don't really have dentists, so like eventually.
I think something you would like. Have you ever? I showed you the movie What We Do in the Shadows. Remember the vampires? Like they're living in like a
fucking ridiculous movie.
It's so funny, man. I love it.
The only reason I remember that is because the people from Flight of the Conchords are in it. I fucking love them.
Dude, they do a show on it's on, you can find it on Disney or whatever, even though I hate Disney. It's because it's on FX or whatever. It's very funny. I think that you would really like it. It's a reality show of vampires.
What is it called? Sorry?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, no, we watched that. Remember?
That's a movie. We watched the movie, but they redid the show with like new people, and it's actually like I'm telling you, it's very funny. Like you would really like the humor in it. I know you would. So check it out sometime. If you have Disney, What We Do in the Shadows, it's like check it out. Start watching it. Like it gets funnier even as it goes, and they have like essentially like a familiar, this guy that wants to be a vampire in the game to do everything. But there's a lot of really funny jokes throughout it. Like I guarantee it is your sense of humor. I guarantees it.
All right, you guarantees it. All right,
guarantees it. Several eyewitnesses claims that they seen this animal, in Brazil, and leaps with powerful monkey-like hind legs, attacking animals and humans both. In every case,
how dare they talk about black people that way?
Look at him jump. In every case, the creature viciously attacks and kills livestock, usually goats or chickens. They then mysteriously disappear. Are we sure this is not in Haiti? Crazy cannibal guy. What's his name? I'm like the General Cannibal or whatever his name was.
The General Cannibal.
Somebody sent me a video once, and I showed buddies at work, and I was like, "Why do people send me stuff like this?" Like, we have some fans of the show that send me like all sorts of like racist shit, and like or just fucked up stuff. And it was in Haiti. A real video. So I'm like, sometimes I don't even know how this stuff is let on Instagram yet. I get banned for like just talking about the government or something like that. And it was in Haiti where this guy was burning alive. Well, he was dead at that point, but they were cooking this guy, and there was people just walking around like it's a normal day, and this guy was grabbing from his foot and just picking the skin off of his feet, the meat off of his feet.
No, he's just eating the skin. The skin's the best part. He's getting it before anyone else can.
And literally, that's why. Yeah. And that's why literally when Trump was like, they're killing the cats and they're eating the cats and the dog. That's a real thing. They do, and that's why I'm like, if you bring other cultures,
eating the cats, eating the dogs,
that's a real thing. They literally were doing that shit because in their country, it's all fine. They practice all sorts of crazy voodoo. I really want to cover voodoo at one point because it's like pretty messed up.
Do you think like if cannibalism became, let's say hypothetically, it became normalized in every state society.
It's like a mainstream thing.
Yeah, you think like KFH would open up?
Maybe, but who
with all Colonel's fucking
realistically, right?
You don't fucking know. You don't know what chicken you got. You don't know what fucking human you get.
I think it would be a little different, right? Because this is weird.
No, you don't fucking be eating third world.
No, it would be just like human trafficking, right? The people that are like, so we're less than 9% of the world's population. We're more on the high end, we're expensive, just like in the Ottoman Empire. We were paid the most. Slavery comes from the word Slavic when they were enslaving white people. And we were the highest paid price for like the sex slaves and all the shit white people were. So lower class people from the third world, there's billions of them where they're it's the same thing, right? You have lots of chickens, feed everybody chickens, but that filet mignon, that good steak, that good that wagyu, whatever you want to call it, that shit is like rare, right? So realistically, the people that were more abundant, if it were speaking cannibalistically, that would just be the cheap fast food restaurant type food. Then you go to the high end cannibal
like
restaurants. What would you call your high end cannibal restaurant?
It would still be the keg.
It's the
it would just be you want beef or human?
It's the lag, and then you walk in, and there's like a lag roasting. Some guy roasting a lag. It's like high quality meat, everybody. They say the ass is the best part.
You bring your first date there and be like, I hope you didn't have herpes.
So, a few months later, similar reports surfaced in Chile. The alien theory continues to be popular, and the origin story of the mythical beast, with some saying the creature was left over a pet or an experiment of the Greys, the oval-eyed aliens who show up frequently in pop culture, especially X-Files. Maybe.
Are you playing sound right now?
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
That was fucking hilarious to watch with no sound.
Why is that?
That was so fucking funny.
I had to reset my thing because then you'll hear it. Did you hear this?
No.
Huh,
I hear nothing. I really hope no one else does either. I hope
probably
it's
won't.
just
If
you.
you don't hear it, they won't be able to hear it.
That was
hear it
so
on the
fucking
audio.
good to watch with no sound. I want you to rewatch this and mute it and watch yourself do that.
Wow, that's so. You don't hear this?
No. Have you been playing music this whole fucking time?
Yeah, I've been playing.
I haven't heard a single thing.
It's funny how sometimes it catches and sometimes it doesn't. I have to reset it for the millionth time.
That's too funny.
Well, I'll have to make sure.
You're sitting there like.
It was the X-Files song. Wow, you didn't hear that?
Oh, that was good. No, nothing.
You didn't hear that? Wow.
No.
That's so disappointing.
That's so funny. It's
However,
funnier this way. Just leave it.
Yeah, it's fine. The audio listeners will hear it. However, others speculate an even wilder theory regarding its origins, that it's a predatory creature was the byproduct of an alien animal crossbreed created by scientists at none other than NASA.
All I heard was click. This is so much better this way because I know what you clicked. You went burn, burn, burn. That's what you did. I know that's what you did because I know you.
we used to have to say it. Now we have the soundboard. According to the hypothesis, the creature escaped a secret government lab after the experiment went awry and began breeding in the backwoods of Puerto Rico. What do you think about that theory?
Who was breeding with what?
The government made it. NASA made the creature.
Okay, and this creature just started breeding randomly?
It just starts fucking other dogs and stuff, but it's like a genetically hybrid, so it kind of passed on its weird DNA.
Okay, why was it NASA that did it? I feel like another agency did this other than NASA. I don't feel like NASA.
The only reason I believe this, the only reason NASA exists is to give the excuse of we need billions of dollars to fund space operations. Even though it just goes in the black budget, a lot of it does. I truly believe it. Even if some goes towards space exploration, I think most of it, because they're not showing us anything real, I guarantees it. I think a lot of the stuff goes into the black budget, and they're like, oh, we built this rocket. It doesn't really work that well. We need $50 billion more dollars to build more rockets. We need to send them into Ukraine and fucking blow up some children in Gaza, just so the Jews can be happy.
That really says a lot about me as a person. If somebody were to say that to me in a political standpoint, I'd be like, yeah, he's honest. He's got my vote. I'd probably just give him the money. I'd be like, you know what? I appreciate
Billy's
when you talk.
I don't have $50 billion, but let me see it. You open your wallet and a moth flies out, and you're like,
let me see what I got for you here, buddy.
What's a toonie gonna give me? Is that gonna kill one child? How about half a child?
I don't need it to actually do something. I just that gusto that it would take to be like, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm asking for.
I have one peso.
You're a straight fucking shooter.
That's funny. So obviously, and then there's in July 2004, a rancher near San Antonio, Texas, killed a hairless dog-like creature, which was attacking his livestock. Initial media reports claim that the animal was a Chupacabra. However, DNA analysts conducted that at the University of California. Davis determined that the creature was a coyote. And yeah, so it just had mange.
That was the most insanely pointless story I've ever heard.
Yeah.
You thought it was this crazy thing happened. Everyone said it was a chupacabra. DNA said it wasn't.
No. Well, you never know, man. This lady seems to think so. This lady, lady.
It's a fucking coyote.
The explanation has been proven scientifically to be the case of numerous of chupa bodies that have turned up in recent years. For the most part, serious scientists believe that all Chupacabra's discoveries to be either the case of some sort of like sarcotopic mange, imagination gone wild, or right out hoaxes. Still, it is worth noting the descriptions of the creature being dog-like and looking like a hairless animal differ significantly from the earlier reports that describe a reptilian-like animal. Perhaps it's just what they want you to think. Could El Chupacabra actually be imported from the Philippines? Based on Wikipedia description of the sigbin, possibly, maybe seems high. The sigbin, or sigben, is a creature in the Philippine mythology said to come out at night to suck the blood of the victims from the shadows. It is said to walk backwards with its head lowered between its hind legs, and said to have the ability to become invisible to other creatures, especially humans. It resembles a hornless goat, but has very large ears, which can clap like a pair of hands, and a long flexible tail that can be used as a whip. The sigbin is also said to emit a nauseous odor. It is believed to emerge from the lair during the Holy Week, looking for children that it will kill for its heart's desire, which then it fashions into an amulet. So it takes
their heart. That's all you hear from the bushes is baby shark.
Baby shark got your
and
heart.
He's like, come here. It's just a bunch of toddlers walking over.
I made your heart in an amulet. Now it has magical powers. So that's weird. This thing is supposedly. I
don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that because I love Filipino people and I won't believe anything bad ever came out of that country. I love them too much.
Billy knew one Filipino person.
No, I literally I probably say out of 10 close friends I have, 7 of them are Filipino. I fucking love Filipino people. Yeah, all of them.
Have you asked them about the child trafficking stuff that goes on there? Because
I have not. That has not been a conversation piece of me hanging out with my Filipino friends.
Hey, what's up with that, man? I heard it's just as bad as Ukraine over there.
There's not one, and hands down, there's not one other culture on this fucking planet that you will meet somebody. Doesn't matter where they are, doesn't matter what their situation is. You meet any Filipino person anywhere, talk to them for less than 3 seconds, and watch them have a glistening smile on their face. Like it's the best day ever. They're just so fucking happy all the time. I love them.
You know your government's involved with child trafficking most likely?
They'd be like, no. And they'd be like, it's all fake news.
So finally, there's an apocalyptic theory about the Chupacabra that says it's some sort of type of hellhound sent by God to smite humankind because of our sinful ways. It could be that the creature is a sign that these are indeed the last days. The question, however, is why is God interested in picking on innocent goats in order to teach humanity a lesson in morality?
I first did the flood, and now random weird dog.
Sheesh. Talk about scapegoating.
Seems on par. That was bad. That was so much worse than any dad joke I've ever told, by the way. Anyway. Seems par though, doesn't it? It's he does the flood and kills all of the world, and then he goes, you know what? You know how to really end them? I'm gonna put this weird looking dog right there.
So what do you think? What is it?
It's fucking nonsense is what this is. This is a nonsense hour.
What is it? Is it a creature? Is
it's a fucking alien? Dog. It's a fucking malnourished coyote. It's I don't believe it looks like that.
It's a dog.
Fucking weird looking dog coyote breed mix.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm just hiccuping, trying to hold it down. There's no noise.
Billy's fun fact. Wow, what the fuck? You cannot hear that?
You're just like this.
What the fuck, man? You
I can't wait to add my own noise to that.
It's Billy's fun fact of the day.
Oh, you're doing that. One sec. I gotta get one.
Okay, for some reason, I don't know what's going on with the soundboard.
Did it say it though?
Yeah, it said it. You're good.
Okay, here.
Do you want to just hear? You can do it on your own, just for the people that didn't hear on the video.
No, I got way too many. I'm in an Airbnb right now. I'm not fucking screaming that. Okay, you ready for a good one?
Yeah.
You know why chainsaws were invented?
I'm assuming to cut down trees.
For childbirth.
That does not make sense.
It was developed in Scotland in the late 18th century to help aid and speed up the process of symphotomy. It basically means widening the public cartilage and removal of the disease-laden bone during childbirth. It wasn't until the start of the 20th century that we started using it for wood.
That sounds like a bullshit thing.
It's not. I looked it up. I saw that. I went, that's fucking weird.
How are they
and
using
I kept looking it up.
How do they use it?
Okay, I didn't see a fucking video, but again, they were fuck's sakes. They were using it for the removal of the disease-laden bone. Whatever the fuck that is.
History of chainsaw.
And ants don't have lungs. That's another cool one.
Ants don't have lungs?
Nah, they breathe through their again, another fucking word.
Yeah, so it was like a tiny little chainsaw.
It doesn't matter. That's how it was invented.
So here, everybody, I'll show you.
It's a fucking chainsaw.
This
I don't mean like
it would be painful to shove up somebody's vagina, but this is what it originally looked like.
Yeah, and it was motored to fucking cut.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
So if the woman's dead, especially
no, not if the woman's dead.
Fun fact: unfortunately, chainsaws were invented for childbirth.
Yeah.
See, look at them; they're just cutting her open.
I love how he just read it like he's never heard it before.
Look at that; that's fine. Let's let me cut you open.
Fucking cool. That's
I wouldn't say it's
cool.
One. I would say it's fucked up, but
it's fun. So get fucked.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it a lot. Obviously, give us 5-star rating reviews. We do appreciate it. We're trying to reach a huge audience. You know what I mean? And honestly, we're kidding most of the times. Like, people are like, man, that guy's super racist or something like that. It's like, I'm fucking kidding. Everyone, it's just jokes. Not. We are just making fun of everything and everyone. If you want to make fun of white people, go ahead.
Not joking.
I will laugh. That's Billy's talking about himself. He's like, Billy is a full-blown white supremacist. He goes to Klan meetings every Sunday. They're not really doing much. All they do is eat popcorn and watch Triumphant of the Will.
They're good days.
But, take nothing seriously, because this show is just meant to be just a funny show. That's all it's ever wanted to be, is informative, but also funny is what we're going for. If you don't find us funny, I don't give a shit either. So, but give us 5-star rating reviews. Support the show, like and comment on wherever you watch this. That's the best way to do it. Buy merch, Strange Brew Podcast, and all the links should be in the bottom. Follow us on Instagram, Strange Brew Podcast. On X, it's Strange Brew Cast. We're on Rumble, YouTube. We're everywhere. Just look up Strange Brew Podcast. You will find us. Please do so. Support the show. Tell your friends. Tell your grandma. Tell your aunt. Tell your cousin and Tim Buck fucking too.
Don't tell your grandma. Grandma does not need to fucking. I don't want to be responsible for that shit. Don't tell grandma.
We turned grandma super racist.
Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody love everybody, and I mean that.